guys, today I'm going to be taking you around all my stop motion characters or puppets or whatever you want to call them. So let's get into it. So here are all my stop motion puppets. Usually I don't use a lot of them because some of them don't really need to be needed. Like this large Buzz right here and this Potato Head. Usually just this Duke Kaboom figure or Woody or Buzz. So, first we're going to be looking at my most popular main character. So, first we're going to start off with Woody. So, here's Woody. He's a very nice character. Looks nice. And he is nice. Sorry about that. I was just trying to move the camera so he can stand up. Alright. Come on, camera. There we go, that's better. Alright, so here is the full Woody. Now I'm gonna go get my ruler, which is right here. I'm going to measure how tall Woody is. So, Woody is... So right here, Woody is about 8 3/4 inches tall. So Woody is pretty tall. He's one of my tallest characters. Well, not really the tallest. So that's a good character. Now for my little Buzz. He's a nice character too. So here's Buzz, if I can get him to stand. So here's Buzz. Yeah, Buzz looks pretty nice. And he keeps falling down. I don't know why my toys like to fall down. Come on. Alright, this guy isn't working. Alright, that's better. Alright, so this guy, or Buzz, this Buzz action figure is like, he is like 7 inches tall. So he's also a great action figure that I use for stop motion. Now, let's look at Duke Kaboom, my most articulated stop motion puppet that I've had. Alright. Alright. So, here's Duke Kaboom. He's one of my short characters. I'm gonna measure him now, and he just fell down. Whatever. So, this Duke Kaboom action figure is like... What is that? Wait. I had it upside down. Alright. So this Duke Kaboom character is like 6 inches tall. So this is also a great thing. Now we're going to look at Potato Head. Oh, looks like I put him too close to the camera. So here's Potato Head, which is currently losing an arm and an ear for some reason. I don't really use him that much anymore. I used to use him a lot. Now I'm cutting down on him. He is like 8 inches tall, which I would think he is. So from the top of his hat, he's 8 inches tall. So now we're moving on to one of my largest characters, Buzz. Alright. I know you can't really see Buzz that well, so I'm gonna move my character. No, I'm gonna move my camera higher, so let's do this. Alright, so I was finally able to get Buzz standing up, and I, got my camera on a higher thing. So now I'm gonna measure him. This toy is he stands he's like 12 inches tall, so that's a good size. So this guy's like 12 inches tall. He's a good stop motion thing. He can bend a lot and stuff. So, enough of this measuring. Now let's move on to some of who's the hardest character to animate and who's the easiest. So let's start this one. Alright, so I have all of my characters here, so I'm going to start with which one is the easiest to use. So, I think the easiest character to use is probably Duke Kaboom. It's because he's one of the smallest characters I have. He's extremely articulated. He can bend almost anything. Looks kind of weird, but whatever. He can do 180s, 360s. He can do almost anything. So this is a good articulated character. Alright. Second character, Potato Head. Now he can move almost all his parts. He can turn all his parts. He can rotate all his parts. But it would be nice if I can like tape carpet so he can like do walk things. But I don't really use this anymore, so who cares? Now for Buzz. Alright. Let me just get him to stand. Alright. So, here's Buzz. He's another easy character because he has articulation with his arms, fingers. He can't move his thumb, but whatever. So, the hardest thing to do is bend his knee. Because when you bend his knee, it's like, you have to like, use all your power. And then when you like lift it back up, the foot bends. It just looks awkward. So this guy is pretty cool. Is pretty good and cool too. So that's another good character to use. Alright. Yeah. Alright, moving on with Buzz. Alright. This Buzz Lightyear is not very articulated. I mean, he does bend at the elbow and twist his wrists, spin his head all the way around, but he can't really turn that well. I mean, he can turn, but his laser doesn't work, his arm communicator doesn't work. He can't bend his ankle. He can only bend his knee to like up here. He's a good character, but not very easy to use. I think the hardest character to animate is probably Woody himself. He's the hardest one I have. And it's really because he is pretty tall and he doesn't really stand that well. He's not the best at standing. Yeah. Although he's articulated, it takes like forever for him to just bend, and when he bends, it doesn't bend that well. So this is one of my hardest characters to animate. So these are all my stop motion characters that I use to animate with. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.